All right, guys, what's going on? This is Lord Skunk's live stream going on. We got a lot to talk about today. Got a big announcement. Well, what started off as a smaller announcement, albeit a disappointing announcement, but turned into something very big, very exciting. Been talking to a lot of guys about it, and they're super excited about it all. Um, Helping me out today is going to be Walken. He's going to be help checking out the chat and making sure we get questions answered and all that. And then we have our main man Darktron here, who's super excited about the update. He called it yesterday. Raid's coming. He's super excited about it. Can't wait to talk about it. I can't wait to talk about all this stuff. So to kick things off a little bit, just in case that people have missed it, the big announcement today was, let me pull it up right here so you all can see. And this is from EA Jesse. Over the next few weeks, we'll be sharing some more information. And then says, this is our biggest update yet that includes guilds, raids, guild chat, and more. Raids will introduce new rewards you cannot get anywhere else, including new pieces of gear. That is huge, and that's something that a lot of people in the community have been asking for, and we are finally getting it. It is confirmed. They also released a 17-second trailer here. The link to all of this has been posted under the announcements channel in the Discord app. If you are not on the Discord app, I strongly recommend that you get over there. If you don't know how to get there, go to lordskunk.com and click on the Discord link, and it'll go ahead and get you in there with us. We're pretty much always in. There's always somebody in there, be it voice chat or the normal chat, that can get your questions answered, talk about the game. If you need help with your team, you feel like you're not doing well enough in Galactic War, you're not doing well enough in Arena, that's an excellent place. This is an excellent community that Skunk has built for everybody. And as you can see by me hosting this, it's not all about him. He is not a selfish individual. This is about the community. This is about the game, and this is about helping people. Is there anything else that you guys want to add?
Go ahead.
I completely agree with the Discord app. I mean, I hopped in there when the first day they started advertising, and it's been such a great help to me.
Yeah, Discord is really helpful for a lot of people, and I try to help as much as people as I can. It's a great way to talk to people, talk about your group, talk about how you progress in Galactic War, and what shipments you need to get and stuff like that. So Discord is really helpful app to have around, especially when you're on the go or at home.
All right, and guys, what do we think about guilds finally coming to the game? We know they're coming. It's just a few weeks away. How do we feel about this, guys? I'm super excited about the guilds. Um, what do you guys feel about it?
I gonna love it even more. I hope they're gonna add a couple of stuff to the guild. Like if you be more active, you get extra energy for your activities for being active with the guild. Um, it's gonna be add more stuff content with the guild. That'd be nice because I like to see guild PvP for arena and stuff like that. That'd be kind of cool. There's a lot of things they can do with the guild. Just what they want to do. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what they're gonna do
Yeah, exactly.
with the guild.
Exactly. And then the guild chat, we're going to have a way to talk to everyone within your guild. Is going to be the community type thing that has kept other games going so much, by talking to your guild, being able to talk within the game itself. That's something that everyone, I think, is gonna really want. All right, you guys there?
Yeah.
Leave me hanging
Yeah,
there, guys.
I'm really excited about it too. I mean, my wheels have just been spinning ever since I heard it. I don't completely understand how they're going to implement it. I mean, this is the first time I've ever played a game like this on a phone, so it's all kind of new to me.
Yeah, and there's actually a lot of people that have never played a mobile game like this before. That there's always been a couple things that they do that kind of get things going and kill a little bit of time and stuff. But a game like this, a lot of people, this is new. This is all they're completely brand new to this kind of community and this kind of involvement in a game.
Yeah, that's one thing that kind of drew me to the game. Is, I mean, I opened it up and I saw the characters, looking at the abilities. I'm like, oh, this person and this person. Combine these guys, I want them all. And then now they put in this, and it's like I'm not really sure how they're going to do it. I mean, one way I can see they're going to do it is you get 5 people going in, and each person picks one tune to bring in. And then the other way I was thinking, maybe it's a full squad of 5. Each one of your guild members, however X number of guild members, brings in a full squad of 5, and you need 5 separate squads or however many.
Yeah,
Yeah, the raid definitely the one I'm really really anxious to see what they're gonna do for the raid and how they're gonna do it. I mentioned it last night. It'd be kind of cool if you have three. I don't know how many people they want to add to this raid, but you can add three different groups, and they have their own missions to get to the boss. And if you can do enough damage on the boss, you get the loot. So that is going to be really, really something I'm anxious to see.
all right, hold on. Ramon's trying to get on here. Let me. Hello. Okay, missed the call. Let me add him real quick. You guys can keep on talking.
Yeah. Now, um, what do you guys think so far with the trailer so far? I think they should have add more things to the trailer than what it is. 17 seconds. They should have done a little bit longer. What do you guys think?
I think that's kind of how they roll everything out. They're going to give you very minimal information. I, what did it really show? Was the door kind of opening?
Yeah.
Yeah, it opens a little bit. There's a couple of footsteps that go bam, bam, and then it opens up a little bit more, and then that's it. So, I mean, obviously everybody knows it's the Rancor. Well, we don't know for sure, but I think it's a safe bet to say that that's the Rancor comment, and that's gonna,
Be the first raid.
yep, that's
I
gonna
think
be the
it's
be
gonna
the
be the
raid.
first raid.
And
Raid first.
people have been bringing up Java contracts for a long time now, and maybe this is kind of like a segue into all of that.
That's something I'm not really familiar about. I haven't heard anything about that.
About the Java contracts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people in the chat and everything, feel free to post ideas about how you think the guilds are going to go, what you want to see from the guilds, what kind of settings you would want on there. Just how would you want the guilds to run?
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, Remo?
What's up?
Hey, Reno.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good, good. What are your
Uh,
what are your thoughts on the announcement today?
I think it's pretty awesome. I mean, guilds and raids to try to collect gear. I mean, it's something else to add to the game. Sometimes when if you play the game a lot, you get to a point where there's not really much you can do anymore. So to have things like this that are going to probably constantly be going on throughout the day, it'll be really cool. I mean, it'll be real interesting. I'm just really curious how it's going to play out. I don't know how this raid system is going to work. And I mean, I kind of like I mentioned earlier in the Discord. I was saying that I think that if they're going to release guilds and guild chat and then start this raid system, I mean, they should probably release the guilds and the guild chat a little bit in advance so that we can start to get that together before the raids even come out. So we're ready to just jump right into it.
Thoughts on that, guys?
Yeah. Yeah. It right now the way everything looks, they're gonna have to test everything out to make sure everything's working properly. Because if they give us, the guild and the guild chat and find out there's a lot of bugs and causing problems to the game, that means they have to do another update to clean up the mess that's been broken.
Well, with an update this big, there's going to be bugs. There's going to
Yeah.
be things that are going to go wrong. So it's just a matter of determining what those are and how quickly they'll fix them.
Yeah.
Try running this team in the challenge. Auto it and see how well we do here.
You're risking it on auto, eh?
Yeah, with a it's not my main team, but it's a challenge. If you fail it, you just try again.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about the upcoming patch now. I just hope they're doing a little bit more engagement to the game to get people playing and engaged more connected to the game. Just that play one or 2 hours of the game and that's it. You're done for the day. That's it. I hope they add more long. You're playing the game, so that's what I'm hoping for.
Activity looks like it stepped up a little bit. I mean, I'll tell you the truth. Today, in my top 5, I've never seen more. I've never been sniped out more times than I was today. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, it was like for the last pretty much 2 hours before my payout, it was a constant back and forth between everybody the
Oh
whole
wow.
day. So I mean, it was pretty. I mean, it was pretty. I ended up losing. I had first like 5 minutes before payout, and then I ended up in fifth. It's the worst. It's the worst ranking I've had in a month.
Yeah, I got absolutely killed in Squad Arena today. Absolutely killed. I've been busy all day, haven't been keeping up with it, and man, was that was that a nightmare. I checked it. I think I got knocked all the way down to 77, which is
I started.
terrible.
I started about and this is my fault. I left. I left a roster that didn't have such a great AI in left from last night, and I got knocked back to 33 today, which was, I mean, it's the lowest starting point I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
And then I gradually I got back up into the top 10, and then when I was sitting there for about an hour or so before my payout, and like I said, just going back and forth from 9 to 5th, like 3 or 4 times, then from 5th to 1st, like 3 or 4 times, and then I took second, then I got knocked back again, and it was like literally just all day long. I've never seen them this active before.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Well,
it's
completely agree. I mean, I was sitting in third all day, and then I looked away about 15 minutes away from my payout, and I got knocked back to 15.
It has to do with the players getting better, okay, and the team's getting better, the comp is getting better, okay, and also on top of that, some of these guys are, because of the level increase, some of these guys are on it, a lot more right now than they normally are. So, but like I said, I mean, I'm seeing more people moving into the top 20 than some new faces that I haven't seen before, and that's good. It's good for the game.
definitely. Well, at least you guys having problems. Thank God I'm not.
I, I welcomely accept the competition as far as I'm concerned. I mean, listen, the more, it's not fun to just sit there and always, just have the same, result every single day. It's cool to go and see that, somebody's challenging you and they're trying to take your team down and you're trying to take them down. It's cool to like have your payout come out to the last, 30 seconds. It's pretty intense.
Yeah, I agree. It adds a little bit of excitement. I mean, the last month I probably sat first in my server and I never got sniped. And then over this past week, it's almost daily. People are trying. It's not just one person. It's like 3 people now. 2 people I've never even seen.
yeah. I mean, everyone's trying to make big pushes for the top. Everyone's trying to knock people down, clear the way. They're leveling up. You know, everyone's trying to get the head start on getting to 80. You know, and that means getting 71 before everybody else does, and 72 before everybody else does. Getting all that, and I know my server has been absolutely crazy. I can climb all the way up to the top, and then, but if I'm not sitting on that all the time, you know, I'm just gonna get busted way back down by a whole bunch of people that I don't recognize, which was brought up before. I just haven't seen their names before.
Yeah,
Hey, can anyone hear me?
yeah, we can hear it. Especially when they add server merge. I'm seeing a couple of new people I haven't seen before. Um, my payout is a lot different than everybody's else. So maybe the reason why you guys getting knocked out because you have a lot of competition in your time zone. Um, but in different time zones, you got other people who try to go for their payout time, and they're on a different time.
Whoa! Didn't mean to flash you guys like that.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, I'm working on that right now. Getting a lot of trying to figure out how we can get the audio on that turned up. People are saying that they can't hear the Skype callers that well.
Am I too loud or too quiet?
You're just fine. Everybody to me sounds fine. But
On the call, everybody sounds fine. But you know, when I was listening to the stream a couple minutes before I got on the call, it did sound a little weak.
okay, so we have to figure out a way to get that going. Let me check.
It should be an option on Skype if you go under Tools and go to Options, and then it's gonna have all different listings of generals and general settings, and then audio settings, sound settings. You want to go to sound settings or audio settings. Sorry.
Oh nope, I'm not the right thing. Oh, because I think. See, I'm on Mac. I'm not on Windows here.
Oh, okay.
But I think the tools would be preferences under here. And guys, keep an eye on the chat here.
I'll keep an eye on the chat.
Go under.
Oh, here we go.
Do we have any questions?
There we go. Look at that, right under conversations.
Max Booster asks, "What are guilds?"
Guild is basically a good.
It's like a clan.
Like a clan. If you ever play World of Warcraft, you have a guild. You have basically from 1 to 500 people in the guild. You communicate, you set up raid times and stuff like that, talk to them, make events and stuff like that. That's what a guild is.
Oh, I think he said, wait, what guilds? I think he's just getting in.
Oh, my bad.
Right here.
There are quite a few already. You know, that are out there. I believe there's FTB. There's Team Instinct. There's quite a few. If you go to like if you go to the forums, I believe there's a list of them. And then there's a few that are not on there that I think are like on Facebook guilds and things like that. So, I mean, really, anybody can start a guild if you want to.
All right, I'm hearing that is better. I was able to find the setting in there to get you guys turned up. So, okay, good. Sorry about that, guys. Sounded good on the test earlier, but of course, when you go live, that's when things are going to go a little wrong there. But looks like they can hear you guys. We're good. What's up, Rogue? Good to see you.
Hey guys, I have a question. Do you guys have a lot of people named Mole Eliza on your servers? I have like 30 of them.
Yes.
Everybody does. You know what it is when you started the game, they gave you like a fake kind of like a Star Wars name that automatically populates. And I guess some people just click yes, and assuming that they can maybe change the name later. And and it just you can't. So there's just a ton of people out there that are named Mala Lisa that will always be Mala Lisa.
That's something that I can add to my dev questions list. When are we going to be able to change our names?
Well, I think you can. It's the only way you can probably do that. You have to go to EA customer support and submit your your not your ally code, but your there is a code on your game when you go to your settings, and it says player ID. You give them your player ID, they could probably change your name.
Yeah, like see, that's I don't know if I should be putting that up there, but that's what he means. You go into the setting, and at the bottom there, you get the player ID. Everything you can go in there. I don't even want to check Squad Arena. Ah, oh, back down. 77 again, dude. This is killing me.
Hey,
I just got to one right now, but right after my payout, of course, I wasn't paying attention.
Unreal.
oh no.
Oh, look at this. Nucky Underwood. That's a new leader right there. Haven't seen her. Mole sign. Look at this. Look at the leads. Look at the leads. What? Dooku, 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 Phasma. Dooku, 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 Dooku.
Yeah, everybody's running the Dooku train.
Oh
Dooku
my
train is great
god.
characters. Okay, I don't care.
This Dooku thing has to change, man. I'm telling you right now. It's really it's really starting to starting to make me upset because I mean it's like you know I was just having a discussion about this a moment ago. It's not this game is about strategy, right? And when you're talking about adding something that really you can't control whatsoever, like evasion, I mean, it starts to take some of that strategy out. I mean, there's no reason that Geonosian soldier with Count Dooku lead should dodge my attacks like 3 times in a row. It
Yeah.
just doesn't make sense.
I had that problem so many times today.
And it's like that can really, I mean, that will turn your entire match around.
Definitely. What they really need to, it's because of Dooku's leader ability that he gives evasion to everybody. It would have been a lot better, they add, he gives it evasion up for a certain synergy group of, we couldn't say, Sith because he is a Sith, but
Well,
they
there's
need
not
to
a lot of
change it.
Sith.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of Sith. Maybe evasion up for dark side characters.
yeah. At least something. Like, I think what is too much for that leader ability to give it to anybody. And I really hate Dooku. He's one of the most hated characters I hate now because everybody's running him in PvP, and now everybody's jumping on the Dooku train. And guess what? I'm jumping on the Dooku train because it's gonna help me. If it's gonna help me on offense, keep me being hit, fine. I'm doing it. You know.
I have a 7-star maxed out Dooku, but I refuse to use him. And it's like I just I didn't use Poe. Okay, I didn't use um
Royal Guard.
I don't use Royal Guard. So I mean, as far as that goes, I'm not the type of person that's just going to get a character on my team or start using a character just because everybody else is doing it. So I mean, and I can beat a Royal Guard team. I can beat a Poe team, even when they had that advantage. It was really, I mean, it was not so impossible to beat those teams. It's just evasion is something that you cannot account for. I can account for the fact that I'm going to lose 20 or 30% turn meter. I can account for the fact that Royal Guard is going to have a taunt if I get a character below 50% health. But I can't account for something that's just RNG. So it's to me, like I said, I think that the evasion stat, that well, at least that leadership evasion stat should be tooled around a little bit, if not eliminated altogether.
Um, yeah. The thing is, what they should do for the offense side, to drop a little bit of the proc rate of the evasion up for the defending people that's defending the rank. That be toned down a little bit more. I don't mind Dooku lead gives to all. It's just the proc rate I have a problem. Like just last night, 11 evasion and offense up happened in one match. I was fuming, and I was controlling the whole match, and I could not do anything because the evasion just keeps on going. I got smashed, basically. But I still kept my #1 spot, so I was happy.
Are you guys aiming for what teams are you aiming to fight lately? Like I've been only trying to fight Qui-Gon Jinn lead teams because I just dodge all their attacks because I hopped on the bandwagon. I'm using Dooku, and I have Sid in there, and he never gets hit.
Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with using Dooku. I mean, listen. The fact is, the guy's available, and that skill is out there. If you there's an advantage, and you can take advantage of it. Do it. So there's nothing wrong with that. What I'm just saying is that for the people that control this, that make sure that that try to make the game fair, I think that this evasion stat is a little bit OP. To be honest with you, it's not like I said. Sometimes they won't evade at all. Okay, but sometimes you literally go to hit a character and you get dodged 3, 4, 5 times in a row, and that. Like I said, that could turn the tide of the entire match. I mean, you could literally be about to get to a point where you're 5 versus 3, and now because you got dodged 3 or 4 times in a row, now it's going to be 3 on 3, and if those 3 characters that they still have left are better than your 3 characters, you're in a tough spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm waiting to stop using Dooku. Like I have to just because of the meta and to keep up because I'm a low powered team and I'm rank 1. I'm 25,000. The best player is like 29,000, all sitting around there. So I got to use Dooku to stay competitive. But I can't wait to get him out and switch him for like a SWGOH or anyone. And
It's
I don't
never
like,
good.
Yeah.
It's never good when you have a character that you have to have just because everybody else does. To me, I think that's obviously that's gonna always happen sometimes. But I mean, what I'm saying is like obviously I mean I run Qui-Gon Jinn lead. Everybody was running Qui-Gon for a while. But what I'm saying is like there's got to be a point that we get to where you can run multiple leads and still be a competitive person on your server at all times. I think that's where they're trying to. I think that's the goal at some point. But like I said, I think evasion is one of those skill sets that you can't account for. It's something that you can't prepare for. You can't strategize around evasion. So it's that to me seems like and I think it's just unnecessary.
Well, like they mentioned in the last couple of live streams, what they should have added into the game. If you kill a leader, you don't get that leader ability. Period. For your group. And if they add that, it probably will balance everything out.
That would change things. That would make it then you go for Dooku right off the bat, and now nobody has evasion. It would give you a because that's a fair point. I mean again you have other players on that team or other characters on that team that hit harder than Dooku. So now you have to make that choice. Okay, are you going to kill Dooku and get rid of that evasion so that you don't have to worry about it anymore, or are you going to go for Rey or GS? So it's like that would be a cool strategy to go for. Absolutely.
Yeah, if they get rid of that, it would probably balance the game a lot better, and it gives you more utility to use synergy people or create a new team to find out the perfect balance for your team and what your team is, and it makes it easier for arenas so everybody can not running the top 10 players, the 10 player list characters, and then and then yeah.
We got a lot of comments and stuff, and well, what Nicole is saying in here that one of the bad things about Dooku is that he is so hard to farm.
Leader ability needs to be fixed.
Well, that and he's also hard to farm. I mean,
that'd be nice.
and another thing, like Nicole is saying here in the chat, is that Dooku, he's just a hard character to get anyway. And right now, his leader ability is working. They either fixed it and it's working exactly like how it should, which is annoying, or they went from it not working well enough and then they overshot it. Now it's working really well. But also, and like Nicole is saying, that if you're below level 69, he is an incredibly hard farm and difficult farm. I've gone 0-6 trying to farm his hard nodes before.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah,
if you're going up against a whole bunch of Dooku leads, and and there are people out there that are higher levels than you, and they can get them up to the 6 stars and the 7 stars, and they can gear them, they can do all that, and you're sitting here clicking on the hard nodes with only your 6 tries, going, nope, 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 yay, I got one, nope, and it's like, well,
For a
good,
very
that one
long
shard's
time,
not going to help me.
Yeah.
for a very long time, Dooku was only available through hard nodes. So I mean, when I first started the game, I bought that dark side pack that gave you Dooku, right? And I had him at 3 stars forever. So I mean, you had to, hard farm him, and people were all like, upset about the fact that that it was hard to get his shards. But the thing is that those characters are the ones that are worth it. Ray is a hard character to get, but once you get Ray to 7 stars, she's a beast. So I mean, I think it is beneficial that you have to work hard to get some of those characters, so that at some point you have that elite character that nobody else does because you spent the time to get them. You know what I mean? So I mean, I think that there's a benefit to that, and I don't think Dooku himself is OP. I think he's got I think he's literally exactly perfect the way he is. I mean, if you altered him in any way, he would be either OP or he would be horrible. If you changed anything about him, I'm saying he's kind of squishy, but he does that counterattack, and he's got that stun ability. So I mean, like I said, I mean, yeah, he's annoying, but you can get Dooku out of the match really quick if you have if he's not leader and you have a call and assist or something like that. I mean, you could pretty much knock Dooku down to red health, right off the bat. Um, but like I said, I mean, he's got that node in Cantina at 69. So once you get there, you can farm him there now. But I mean, like I said, it's for a long time, character you had to wait to get Dooku up to 5 star. I mean, it took me like just farming. It took me like a month and a. It took me like almost 2 months to get Dooku to 5 stars. But um, over time, those characters are worth it. It sucks when you spend the time to farm a character like that. Like it just all these people that spend time farming Ray now, and then like if we find out like in a month from now that they put Ray in Cantina,
Oh,
that sucks.
that would be terrible. I'm 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 spending the 50 extra crystal to do the 3 extra hard matches on all of them every day because I just want to get Ray to 7 stars and stop worrying about her. I mean, I have her at 5 stars and she still does work, but I can't imagine her at 7 stars. I need to
oh,
get
she's a wrecking ball. I felt her wrath. Oh,
yeah.
Hooray!
she's
Yeah,
really, really hard. And the thing is, I want to know what she's gonna be capable of doing when the new patch comes out, because she's just gonna be a wrecking for.
Yeah,
And
she's
with
gonna
the
be
new combat system they're adding, everybody's get a bubble. Yeah, after everybody gets a bubble, when the bubble wears off, she's still gonna hit like a freaking smack truck.
yeah.
And I just hoping they dumb down the damage on her, because she's really, really powerful. Yes, she doesn't have a lot of health, but when you have Royal Guard protecting her, you're not
Yeah.
even get to her.
yeah.
Like if the meta does change and people start using two taunts in a game, when Kaijo and Jin, comes and removes a taunt, guess what? You have another taunt you have to worry about, and that taunt's gonna back up uh, Ray, and she's just gonna start wrecking people. So
Culling blade, bam! You are dead, Veers. Get the hell out of here.
What do you guys think? What do you think is the cap is going to be on these guilds? How many people? How many players or how many members do you think they'll cap you at on the guilds?
um, I'm that we don't know, because they never gave us information how many people we're gonna have in for the cap. But if they are implementing something that if the guild master or somebody in the guild donate certain stuff, they when you donate stuff, they can increase the cap, or they can say, okay, you can pay 50 crystals, you can open up uh, 10 to 15 people into your guild. So add more slots to your guild, basically.
It's always about spending more crystals, huh?
Do they have to work away? They have to work that in there somehow.
Yes, they have to make money. Like that's their business model. And
Let
if they
let me buy gold mats with crystals. I'll buy a ton of gold.
what I was thinking, I was hoping if they do bring this raid when they announce this raid and everything. Well, it is announced, but when this raid comes, I'm hoping this raid is gonna give us more credits in the game because we need more credits in the game. Like farming the dailies for the credits, it's not enough for what is gonna be for the long haul for level 80 because that's a lot of credits you have to use to.
I have an ally here whose name is Blaga Bluga. Don't ever recall seeing that at all. I'm going to go with him. Just because of the name, I'm taking your level 71 6-star thing in there. And I will switch this out. Put in Dooku.
Anyway, let's start doing some questions for the
Oh, there we go.
for the live stream. Do we have any questions?
We got a bunch about a couple about Plo Koon. What do you guys think of 25% turn meter gain for all allies on Plo Koon 8 stars?
Eight,
Level
8 stars.
8 stars.
8 stars. I want an 8-star platoon.
Yeah, I'll take an 8-star Ognot.
Like the star next to the 8.
I think he meant gear level 8.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That has to be what that is. And then
Probably what he meant.
yeah, and then is that on his move?
Let me check.
Want to check that out?
Plo Koon is
Yeah, I
Plo
checked
Koon's
that.
Plo Koon has like 0 potency. Okay, so I mean, pretty much everything that he does, doesn't. His AOE doesn't do a lot of damage. He's really not. I mean, his basics okay, but he's got, like I said, with 0 potency. I mean, he's got literally, he's just not effective. So I mean, I think that, yes, I mean the turn meter, helps, but I still don't think that he's going to be a viable character until they change his potency level.
And that's Clown Rider on there. That's Blaga Bluga. I guess his cousin made him
Well,
made that account.
like a couple of his moves are all right, but the only problem I have with his moves are, do they have any cooldown reduction? Nope. 4 turns on the second ability, and his third ability another 4 turns cooldown. Basically, after you blow those cooldowns, that's it. You're dead in the water for that character.
Yeah, I'm looking at GG right now, and Plo Koon actually gets 90% potency on there once he gets to level 80, and that's what Pixie86 just said. Good call, Pixie. We're looking at the same thing.
Another thing to think about here is this. I mean, I don't know what Plo Koon's is, but you're going to really have to start thinking about now how hard it is to gear some of these characters, because it was relatively easy up to this point, and it wasn't something you really had to factor in too much. Okay, once you get to gear level 7, or gear level 8, you're going to have to get a couple 20s or a couple 50s. Not a big deal. Now that they're adding these new gears, and they're also adding, some gears where you're going to have to get, 50 times 2 for, the gears, it's really going to take a long time to gear up these characters. So, that's got to be a factor in, too, when you're deciding on what characters you're going to go for next.
Yeah, and plus on with the raid, they said when, I guess they haven't announced it, but it's going to give you more mats for your character when you do the raid. So, hoping that would be the right move for them to do. If they do, that'd be a good move to bring in the raid to help you to gear your character for the mats. Or it's gonna be some mats you're gonna have to do the raid to get it, that you can't even get into the challenge. That's
hope
the
it's,
only.
I hope it's not one of those things like the shard shop where they really don't give you anything. They'll probably give you like one piece of gear every time you do something.
Oh man, that would
Annoying.
right in the streets.
The only thing cool about the shard shop is that you occasionally get Vader shards.
Yes.
And now lately, they haven't even had Vader in there. And to be honest with you, I mean, I really don't get the point of the shard shop anymore. I mean, there's nothing in there that's worth it. I mean, none of those characters, are worth spending 300, shard shop.
Ooh, I got a Boba Fett shard.
Tokens to attain 2 shards. I mean, there's some characters that I'm working on pop up in there. I mean, I'm a Gundy pops up in there, but I'm not spending any of those any of those tokens on I'm a Gundy. I'll just use energy for him. So it's like, to me, I don't see the benefit of any. I mean, there shouldn't be any characters in there other than exclusive characters.
Yeah, like I'm sick of seeing IG-86, Lumi, and Sid. That's who I see every day. Who I already have 7 stars because they're the easiest characters, basically.
I'd take some Leia shards.
Yeah,
I'd take some
Ray.
Ray.
I'd love to see. I got Ray in there once. That's it. I've
Some
never had Vader.
Yeah, the short shop is a good thing for people that spend money, but to me, I spend a lot of money in this game. Right now, I'm not bothered jumping the bandwagon for General Grievous. He is one of my favorite characters in the game, but I'm not spending that many shards. First of all, it's a 10-to-1 ratio, so basically you're going to need a lot of shards to just
his is actually even worse than 10-to-1.
Yeah.
It's like I think it's like 15-to-1 for him. And he's like I say, he's not even a good character, so it's not even worth the farm. Plus, I mean, if you're let's say you're actually trying to get his truck, and you're not buying hundreds of dollars of chromium packs every week. If you actually try to farm him by using all your GW tokens and using all your arena tokens and all your cantina tokens, just buying more shards for characters that you already have maxed at 7 stars, it would take you, I think, something like 6 or 7 months to get General Grievous to 7 stars.
Ali M1994 is asking what star and level is my Vader, and there's my Vader. Nothing too fancy, and I have invested more into him than what a lot of people, what a lot of people are saying to do. I know I got him at 4 stars, 7 gear. Leveled up his abilities a little bit, and the reason why I did that is just to help me. He helps me out so much on the dark side. Before I unlocked a lot of other characters and everything, he helped me out tremendously. And I know that people are saying that the Skype callers are a little quiet. I am working on a way to get them louder, but I'm kind of running out of ideas here.
Do you think they'll ever make Grievous a viable character in this game, or?
I think
No.
I think that was more of just a move for like a trophy for like the Uber whales.
Yeah, I mean, they put him in there.
If the game
make
slows
him
down,
like,
then he will become a viable character. He's just. Well, I can't imagine. Listen, I can't imagine that they're going to allow somebody that costs that much to be, not a viable option in PvP at some point. Or maybe that's part of the reason that they've done it this way. Maybe they don't want him to be a viable option in PvP because not everybody can get him.
Yeah, I know, and I'm not sure what they're going to do, but right now he really is just that. He really is a kind of a look at me piece. That's really about it. He's just not usable. Ali M 1994 is asking, do you think Vader will be viable for Arena when we can unlock him to 7 stars? And yes, I absolutely think he'll be viable right now. And you know what? I mean, you'll go out there in arenas and you'll see people running Darth Vader with other 7-star characters, and it's not like he's a complete pushover. I mean, you can still wreck him, but he'll still do some damage. He'll apply his damage over time. He has a ton of health for a 4-star character. I mean, who knows what he's going to be like at 7 stars? I don't think we've seen him yet. Just because when all the hackers got their hands on the 7-star Vaders, they tuned him down. They nerfed him to the point where he was unusable. So I don't think we've really. I know I haven't. I haven't seen a fully starred up, ready to rock and roll, fully powered Vader.
Well, nobody has them because you couldn't possibly have them yet.
Not yet, but there were those hackers out there. But again, like if you did come across one of those rare 7-star hacked ones, they were so nerfed that you can't go off of that at all.
Yeah.
No.
And plus,
no. They fixed him, and now,
Yep.
like I said, I think that once you get to once you get to a point where you max out 7-star Vader, that's going to be the ultimate attainable goal, right? So I mean, they're not going to allow him to be a horrible character. I think he'll be a viable character at 6 stars in PvP.
Yeah, he's just one of those characters, and I actually have him pulled up right now, taking a look at him.
yeah, the only thing with Vader right now, I think what they need to fix is his AI for him. He's a good character, just his AI is not that right.
Yeah, his AI it's pretty much like any other character with an AOE. If it's available, he's gonna use it. That's why don't they have? Does GG not have his culling blade in here?
His culling blade
Nope.
does more damage with more negative status effects that you have on top of your head, right? So I mean, I think that when he gets to level 80 and he's maxed out, he'll be able to put 4 dots on your head, right?
Yeah, I believe he
I think
gets
4. So I mean, if you have him out there,
3.
at that max level, I think he'll really start to do some serious damage.
Yeah, he's gonna be a really good character later on when he gets to a 7-star. Then they're probably gonna add maybe Luke with his lightsaber to be a competition with his dot to manipulate his dots maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
I want to see Rebel Luke right now. As far they already have him in the game, they already have his moves and everything. I mean, I think we were reading off his ability list the other day, and I mean, I don't know what they're going to wait for to release him. And if they do, I mean, I'm afraid that he's going to be like a chromium only character, which would suck. But hopefully they do it through some sort of event like they did with Yoda.
Yeah, because it just doesn't make sense that would put Luke out with a gun. Like, why would they do that if they don't have something big for him, Luke's rebel character with the lightsaber? Like,
Well, the thing is this, right? For people that have bought tons of characters already, like if you bought tons of chromium packs, there's really no reason for you to buy more chromium packs because you already pretty much have every character maxed out. All you're going to do is be adding to your shard shell.
yeah.
So it's like, it would be nice if they're going to have to figure out some way to release new content. I think what they're doing now is these Erodium packs. So people that have these characters, so you can just go for that one character. But I mean, like I said, I think it'd be much cooler, especially when you're talking about a universally loved character like Luke Skywalker, if you offer him to the community for everybody to attain, but you just make it a little hard, kind of like Yoda. I mean, even if you have 5, 7-star Jedi, getting Yoda is not easy. I mean, you're going to sit there for a little while fighting that guy to get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to do 7-star Yoda. I did a 6-star on my first try. That was a joke.
it took me about an hour, but I just sat there and that's all I did, and I didn't do the whole Barris thing where you do her health, you get her health down to 50, and then she equalizes his health. I didn't do that. I just went right for him, and it's like I said, it's not easy, but I mean, if you just like anything else, if you just keep at it, eventually you're going to get it. And he's got, the thing about him is it's like, I don't know where he gets his turn meter from, but he literally he goes like 2 or 3 times before you go once.
Yeah.
Actually, someone was saying in Discord today that if you use special abilities at all in that, they all hit Yoda and both of his allies gain turn meters. All he does is use a basic attack, and he beat it on his second try.
Yeah, I read that too. That's interesting. Does anybody in chat know about that or has heard of that before? Because I haven't.
But repeat that again. Sorry.
That if you use special moves in the 7-star Yoda event, that gives him and his 2 Jedi allies turn meter. But if you use your basic attack only, they don't get the turn meter, and it's much easier to beat it that way if you just stick to basic attacks.
To be honest, you have to stick to basic attacks anyway, because he's gonna have that foresight on him pretty much every time you go to attack him. So you're gonna have to go for those basic attacks pretty much 90% of the time just to get the foresight off of his head. So I don't know about the turn meter with the specials. I didn't notice I was fighting them, but I'll tell you that your basic attacks are gonna be the way to go.
Yep, and use your heals when you need to.
If you already have Phasma, IG-86, Poggle, and Luminara maxed at 7 stars, what should you do with your Galactic War tokens? It's asked by Tanner Carlson.
I would either start farming Resistance Pilot or just save up until something big gets in there. Resistance Pilot is looking good.
Yeah, Resistance Pilot's looking really good, guys. Really good. Comes highly recommended by a lot of the top tier whale players.
Yeah, I started gearing my TIE Fly. I was too lazy to gear them, so now I have him at 6-star. I've seen his potential. Oh my God, love him. He's a wrecking ball. And yeah, I have him level 60, and I put him on my A team for my Galactic War, and I'm just blasting through Galactic War with him with the level 60.
I have a 7-star Resistance Pilot, and I'm maxed out, and right now on GW I run Phasma lead. I use Resistance Pilot. I use Hoth Rebel Scout, First Order TIE Pilot, and JC. And I literally, that's like that. I consider that to be like my B team or my C team or D team, whatever. And I run through Galactic War with that team pretty much almost. I get through about 70 to 80% of my Galactic War with just that team, and then I throw my Jedi team in and just finish up the rest.
Mythmaster is asking us, is this a good team? He's running Poggle, Sid, Luminara, GS, and Qui-Gon. Myth, you need to let us know who you're running as the leader there on that. All those characters are 7 stars. I mean, that's a good team, but you have to let us know what the leader is. What do you guys think about Lando? Fraud at max or legit? I have Lando. He was. I think in my paid account, he was one of the first characters I ever unlocked from Chromium packs, and I actually really liked him at first. At low levels and everything, I actually really dug Lando, and then, boy, did he fall off the wayside. But I guess once we get him up to level 80 here, let's look him up. I think something with his AOE ability, he does like if
reset. It's reset on a crit.
Yeah, it resets on a crit, and then I think it does more damage.
Yep, his main attack does more damage after a crit.
Yeah, it's doubled down. Deal physical damage to all enemies. If this attack scores more than one critical hit, its cooldown is reset and deals 100% more damage on its next use. That's level 80.
But the only problem
Wow.
with Lando is its speed.
Yep, even at level 80, his speed is going to be 115. So, ouch.
If you run Lando with Nuke Gunray Elite,
What?
right? I think Nuke Gunray gives turn meter for critical hits, right? So what happens is if you
Grab your
do that double down
headphones.
with Nuke Gunray Elite and you get a couple of crits, I've heard people that do that and they literally get, they get to use double down literally like 3 times in a row because Lando gets his turn meter back up all the way and just wipe out an entire team with just double down.
Yeah, with Lando with Ray, they're pretty nasty little team there.
Does Old Daka offer the health buff to all allies or just Night Sisters? Hello?
Repeat that again?
Old.
Can you hear us now? Is the volume okay?
Some say it's fine, others say it's hard to hear. But we were asked the question, does Old Daka offer the health buff to all allies or just the Night Sisters? Well, everyone said that it's way better. Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just Night Sisters. I'm not 100% sure, but
Yeah.
I think
Well,
it's
let's
just
look
Night
up
Sisters.
Daka now.
I'm on the road. I don't have that in front of me, but I believe it's just Night Sisters if I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying sound is better now.
Yeah,
Quiet. Oh, it quieted down again. Oh, then I know what the problem is. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself for a while. You guys take it away, and I'm gonna try to find a way to rectify this real quick. Sound good?
Yeah, sure.
Does anyone else have any questions? So where are you guys ranked right around now?
Me,
Dark
I'm sitting at 25 because earlier people were, since it's a different time zone, they were attacking me to get to first and get their payout. So mine would be about 6:30 a.m. tonight. I mean in the morning. Sorry. Yeah.
Can everyone hear me? Okay, guys, is that better? Yeah, just let us know if that's better in the chat, guys. Yeah. Okay, yeah, guys, I figured out what the problem was and everything. I got it fixed. Everyone's saying it's much, much better. Well, now they're saying they can't hear me now. Or now they're saying that they can hear me, but not the other guys now. What? No, just me now. Oh, now it's worse for the rest of you guys. What? Everyone just said that it's much better. We're going to do this again now. Okay.
Be their volume on their device.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, as far as that goes, I mean, you may get some people saying they don't hear you, some people saying they do hear you. If one person can hear you well, then the stream is fine.
Oh, okay.
You know what I think is an him and having that counter. So, like, I don't know if you guys have ever faced him in arena. Probably not, but I've faced him like twice. And I couldn't kill. I lost to their teams both times because he was just such a pain because he's got such good health, and if you attack him, then he's gonna hit you good with his counter. You guys got any sleepers?
I think Resistant Trooper is something. He was good back then. They kind of nerfed him a little bit, but I think he's going to do really well when he reaches level 80 with the synergy with the Resistance, especially when you have Ray in that group. She's just going to be critting everybody that has exposed. So I think that's something people should look and invest to try to get him because he looks pretty good.
Yeah,
and Resistant Pilot. Having both of those Ray in there.
Yeah. Some of these sleepers are going to be characters that that are pretty well known. I mean, you got to keep in mind, like, some of these characters that are already, popular characters like Darth Maul and Kylo Ren are going to get buffs as we get close to 80s, and also on top of that, the matches are going to last longer. So, I mean, I think that if that's the case, then I think Darth Maul would be somebody that'll be, he's an unattainable character. He's a chromium character, but he's somebody that'll be somebody that'll be a good option going forward. I also think Kylo Ren's going to be good going forward.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a must soon because once he's below 50, he can basically take out any character in one blow. I had him run into my arena team for a while at 6 stars. And, I liked when he started getting attacked because he can take a decent amount, and then when he's half, he'll just hit you dead, and then he usually can refresh it too. So he's definitely.
I really like the First Order team going forward.
Yeah, I think that's. Does ridiculous damage on counters AoE when he gets to his 15 plus percent damage on top of that. And then you got, a great tank that counters the first order stormtroopers with a good counter ability, and then you got Phasma, that gives turn meters to everybody, and it gives extra attack if 18% an extra attack if it procs. So yeah, and just put Royal.
First order officer yet, but that's really quick. It's in Cantina. I'm actually working on DACA now because I need I know for level 8 I'm gonna need a dark side healer, so I'm trying to get her up to 7 stars.
Yeah. Well, my DACA is gonna be at 6 star, and I'm just gonna leave her at 6 star. She doesn't need to be at 7 star. She's gonna get level 80 with a lot of health, so I'm just sticking to get that and then start working on my first order. First officer.
There's just so many people in that Cantina shop that I want to get. I mean, it's like I said, I have most of them unlocked already. It's just like I'm getting up to 7 stars. I have to I'm gonna have to farm them up a little bit. DACA, like I said, is one of the few dark side healers, and I mean, Tuscan Shaman is a pretty good healer, I've heard too. I don't have him yet, but going forward, I don't know, how you guys are doing with your dark side battles, but it gets hard. I mean, it took just to get past that, to get the TIE pilot shards. When we were, I think that was level 5B or 5C.
Yeah.
That battle against those Jawas when they were all doing AOEs was not easy, and like I said, it gets harder going forward. So I can only imagine what the next level is going to be like. So I think we'll need a dark side healer to get through those.
Yeah, I think they should come out with at least one more healer too. Like just some This might be a dumb question, but was SWGOH, didn't she used to heal the whole team at some point of the game, like at the very beginning, instead of just healing herself?
For her, that old ability, how it works, if the other team has buffs, when she gets rid of it, she gets everybody to heal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what the old buff was.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what kind of debuff they are. It just automatic does it. Yeah. Now they fixed her. Her AO is not that great.
Hey, don't forget about the chat, guys.
I mean, she takes her, she'll have, what am I trying to say? She'll have offense up, and she'll take it away from herself sometimes. Do you ever notice that when you play her, she's got 2 times an offense up, and she'll use that ability, and it will just go away.
Yes, I've seen that a couple times. When in PvP, but I don't use her, so.
Yeah,
I see it in PvP. Yeah. Well, I think really? the character that I've been playing around on my friend's account because he has Darth Maul. he does a lot of damage, especially when he hit people in low health, and he gets 100% turn meter and attacks again. Oh, it's just beautiful to see. I just like the Dark Maul. I can't wait.
Yeah, I wish there was a way to get him. I mean, I don't have him because I don't buy chromium packs when I do spend money on the game. I used to buy them and I never got anything except once I got a 2-star Leia. Other than that, nothing. So I just spend the little bit of money I do on for refreshes and stuff.
Yeah, the refreshers in the game is more important because it helps you get your gear for your characters, and plus it helps you gearing the other characters that you already have geared for. And then you can add more energy for the characters you want to get from the harder gnomes. So gearing the characters are definitely the most important in the game, and starring too. So
It's much better than getting 12 snow trooper shards every time you open a chromium pack. That and Cad Bane. 2 useless characters. I thought Cad Bane was going to be good, and then I realized that he's terrible. He might be alright later, but I can't see him being good.
Well, the only time he's going to be good when they bring out this counter event. So
I mean, are any of you guys like Apple players, iOS? Because I never got the Droids Fight Back challenge, which kind of stinks. I thought we'd get something special.
no, it's just Android exclusive because Android spend more money and they want to get exclusive for the Android event, so they paid extra for that. That's why we got it.
Is everyone getting the Phasma shards?
Not me. I already have it maxed out.
So do you get Poe? Because I have mine at 6 stars, so I'm not like mad I'm getting Phasma shards, but I'd rather get Poe shards. Isn't that the other thing? Someone's getting Poe, someone's getting Phasma.
And one's getting Poe.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, I'm not mad, but I know my best friend. He's really kind of ticked off about because now he got locked out of twice on getting shards from 2 different events, and he already had the character maxed out. So he got lost on that. So he's not happy about the event at all. He lost the event on like he had IG-86 maxed out, and he's getting shards with the monthly shards, and he goes, "Oh, that's useless. Going to the shard shop." So he's ticked off on that, and then the Phasma shard comes out. He's ticked off because he already has that character maxed out. Because a lot of people were running that earlier when the game came out. So it's like he's just not happy.
Yeah, I would have loved Poe shards. I don't even have Poe yet, so.
Oh, you didn't get Poe? I thought they gave Poe away after the movie. Did you get the game after?
No, they gave Phasma.
Oh.
I bought that Kylo Ren pack when it came out. And,
For like $100.
Oh yeah, it was worth every nickel.
Really?
But, I mean,
What was that pack? I don't remember that.
It was $100. You get Kylo Ren. You got. I think it was. You get Finn, 4 stars. Both. No, you got Kylo Ren, Finn, at 4 stars. You also got
Poe and Phasma.
You got 50 Phasma shards and 50 Poe shards. And
definitely a good
and then
pack.
you also got. I think you got about 6,000 crystals and 100,000
really?
credits and training droids and all that stuff. Yeah, it was just because of the
Good
crystals. It's worth it. You got to keep in mind it's like you were basically buying about $50 worth of crystals, like for the straight price of crystals. But for the other $50 you get Kylo Ren and Finn, and to me that's worth it.
Yeah.
So
Rey would have been nice, I think.
yeah, but they knew that the Rey was going to be a hard hitting character. They weren't going to make Rey available like that. So
Yeah.
if they sold Rey now, I think people would be really upset about it.
Yeah. I mean, I have like no money, but I really wish I could have gotten the Heroine pack the one with Barris and Ventress and Ahsoka.
You don't wish you got that back. Let me tell you.
No, you don't. No, you
Barris
don't.
is really
I got
good.
that back, and I'll tell you, I had to sit there with Barris at 4 stars for like months because there was no way to get her up. She didn't drop on Chromium Max at all, so it was like it was you really pretty much couldn't level her up, But the only benefit of it was that it helped me get Ahsoka, and now that Ahsoka's awesome, I kind of see it. I kind of look at it a little bit differently now.
I mean, I think Barris's only use is for Galactic War, though. Like, I don't have Barris.
Yeah.
I don't need her at all for Arena.
She
I go for
sucks
teams
at
that
it.
I go for teams that have Barris because she's just standing there.
What they did was for anybody who bought that heroin pack, they gave you 500 crystals later on. I mean, 500 crystals, but they gave you 500 crystals because pretty much right after they sold Barris in that pack, they nerfed her. So she went from being like what a lot of people were thinking was like an OP character, and that's why people were buying her, to literally nerfing her almost a week later, and then because of the backlash about how they changed the character right after they sold her, they sent everybody who bought that pack 500 crystals.
Yeah, because I mean, on my server, everyone was running Barris, everyone, and then out of nowhere, just stopped seeing her.
I mean, my server. Wait, there was an update. I had to restart my client. Let me look this up.
Well, Barris is good for 2 things. One, doing your questing to get 3 little stars for your quest, and Galactic War. And I think she might be viable for PvP because her shield's going to give, I think, defense up for 3 turns, I believe. 3 or 2 turns. Let me check that out.
Is
But
that her leader?
Can you guys hear me?
No, it's not a leader ability. It's
I've
one of
never
her healing.
noticed defense up.
Yeah, defense up for 2 turns.
Didn't they say they were going to do something like of a nerf of defense up or something because it wasn't showing up, it wasn't helping? Someone said on the stream the other day that defense up never helps or something.
They are working on it, fixing the defense stuff, but I don't know which ones were broken, which ones not. Because certain characters' defense does work, and sometimes defense doesn't work. I know Royal Guard defense stuff works, but I don't know about the other characters.
You know a character I like using in light side, and he really, really does work. And for the tanks, I know people are real low on him, but Finn, 5 stars. He got his main, his primary, his basic does good damage, just about 4,000 every time, 5,000 depending if it's a first shot on the character. I've never had a problem with tank challenges because of Finn, and then even in light side he does work too, because he can stun and expose too, but I barely even use his second one because his primary does so much damage.
Do we have Yo-Yo Yoda in here at all?
They put an announcement on the game to go check out the forums to watch that video.
Yeah, what do you think that is?
It's a Rancor.
That's what I thought.
Rancor. I mean, I don't know how they're going to implement it. I'm assuming that if it has to do with the guilds, then
No,
maybe
it's going to be a raid. It's going to be a raid.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be the raid boss. Yeah, hey Yoda.
Yeah.
Hey, how you guys doing? Sorry about that. I was having mic problems still.
Oh, okay.
You're not the only one having problems, buddy.
What's that?
I said you're not the only one having problems.
Yeah. There's some big news out there today, isn't there?
Oh, I'm just happy. I think I'm more happy than you, Yoda.
I really wish they just put a character in or something.
Yoda, what do you think about all this stuff?
the guilds and the raids, I'm happy. I mean, I've wanted guilds from day one. I think the raids are going to be good for folks. Hopefully to get some extra rewards. I'm happy with it. I mean, any new content is good content.
Yep.
I
And
mean,
for them, they're gonna take more money from us. That's what they want.
true.
Yeah, I mean, I've been clamoring on the forums and everywhere for guilds, for new content, anything that can give us something else to do in this game. Guilds is a great step forward in the right direction. And then yes, that behind that door is a ranker, and I definitely I'm hoping that it'll be a pretty good feature for everyone. And just from what I gather, all the for the people who didn't pre-craft some of these new items, it'll actually give them a chance to get some of these crazy new gears that they've introduced. So I'm definitely happy about that because I spent some of my furnaces today when I made level 73.
Made a bit of a mix.
So I need some more for some other tunes now.
Which?
Yeah, guys, try to get those 50 mats because try to gear those 5 players you want to gear because it's gonna be a long drive.
Yeah, it's if you again depending on how they do the raids, you're definitely going to want to get the best tunes that you have maxed and as far as you can get them because I think the way that they're going to do it is the more damage you do, it's kind of I don't know if it's going to be like a world boss situation or something like that, but I'm assuming that if the more damage perhaps you do to the ranker, you'll get rewarded higher tier. I don't know how it's going to work.
Yeah. I think you probably heard what I said earlier today. What I think I have an idea of what they're gonna do with the raids. That they're gonna have 3 different type of groups going on their path to get to the raid boss, and from those 3 groups, do the most damage to the boss. If they can do the most damage to the boss in a certain time, you can get loot from it. So, what do you think about that way?
Who, Rebel Luke? Like
No, it's
lightsaber
for
Luke?
the raid course. It's for the raid course.
He's saying, yeah, you're gonna be able to get
Luke. Luke, sorry. I cannot hear today. These headphones are so low.
Yeah.
And I can't turn them up.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm always in a unique position. Whatever way they do it, I'm okay with. But yeah, I just think it needs to be fair across the board so that everyone has an opportunity to at least get some of these gears, no matter how small the roster, no matter how powerful the roster. But yeah, like I said, just my advice is just whoever you have, try to get them your best 5. And then try to get them geared up. That's all I can say. Like I said, I'm just in a really unique position where I've got. I think my last count is I have 27 fully maxed characters right now, so I can pretty much pick and choose from who I want. But I think going with a couple of high DPS, maybe a healer just in case. I don't know how it's going to work. Just so you can maximize damage, over a couple more rounds. And a couple of support tunes might help out.
Hey, Yoda, do you want to talk about Grievous real quick? We got a bunch of kids saying they wish they had Grievous. You want to ruin everyone's day? Tell them
I do want to. I could tell you, I've got a 7-star Grievous. I quit actually gearing him because he's not a very viable tune. He's slow. He has very low health. Even if you run him with other droids to kind of increase his overall health. Now, the one thing I will say is he does put out a significant amount of damage. His basic ability is uncounterable, so that's the benefit. But right now, he just gets slaughtered in every squad that you put him in. I think the last time I played with Grievous, he put a taunt on Rey. I'm like, no, that's not how how it's supposed to work. So, yeah, Grievous is just he's just a character that I've put on the shelf for a long time. It looks like now, even at 80, he doesn't even look that spectacular. He doesn't get much of a health increase. He just really doesn't have a lot going on. So you're not missing out on much if you don't have a Grievous.
He's just your trophy. That's all he is. He's just a trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty.
What are your thoughts on Yoda? Because I just got him today. He's looking pretty good.
Yeah, so the one thing I am a fan of Yoda. I'm actually running him right now in my arena squad because I again was fortunate to pre-craft all of his unobtainable gear. So when I reach those higher levels, I'm gonna have a gear 10 Yoda. If you give Yoda offense up, he is crazy to deal with. If you've ever faced a 7-star Yoda, he can put a hurting on you real quick, becomes an annoyance. He can give, that tenacity up to his whole entire crew. He's got a AoE attack. He's got his basic will give him a chance to get foresight. And then he can also spread, enemy buffs to hit the rest of his crew. So he's pretty good. And from if we look at it from a statistical standpoint, it looks like his AoE is going to be doing a lot of damage once he gets capped out at 80.
Yeah, I was using Vem 7-star before I got him, and he actually replicated his foresight and just gave it to my entire team, which was really, really helpful.
Well, where he really becomes handy, especially if you're running a crew with Royal Guard, once he gives that tenacity up, that really makes Royal Guard almost impossible to deal with, because if an enemy team has somebody that can, take a taunt away, it's impossible once Yoda gets that tenacity up on him. And he usually goes first because his speed is so high. So really, I think he's going to be viable in the long run. And if you have the opportunity to get more stars out of him during the challenges, whenever they make those available, definitely try your hardest to get those.
Yeah, I used my friend's account in his Yoda, and doing PvP on his account, oh my god, his Jedi team is golden, and wow, he just does a lot of wreck base to everybody.
Yeah. Well,
He's
so
very good.
yeah, I mean, I kind of have. I try to stick with a minimal amount of Jedis, because right now having a whole Jedi squad is not the thing you really want to do, because there's just too many anti-Jedi synergies out there, especially if with all these Dooku leads out there, your Jedis are just going to get stunned crazy. But Yoda himself, he's the only one that I'm running right now in my crew. I've got a Dooku lead, Royal Guard, Yoda, Rey, and a Genosan soldier, and it seems to be doing all right. Like I said, I'm just in a really competitive server. I think that everyone in the top 100 on my server is at least 71 now, so it's getting pretty tough. I'm the only one at 73. I'm hoping to hit 74 by Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday or Thursday, I think. So.
I mean, I'm running. Sorry, you can.
Now, I got a question on your team. What do you think of that team so far? Because I ran through it. That they are a hard team to deal with if you don't have the right team to kill it.
Yeah, I mean, well, so Dooku lead, obviously, that's a no-brainer right now. He gives everybody a pretty crazy evasion ability. If they evade an attack, they get offense up. If you give offense up to Yoda, he can splash for some serious damage. Royal Guard is a nuisance to deal with. I think he is absolutely the best taunt in the game. For me, it works. I can sub out Yoda and then put in like a Qui-Gon Jinn. That's usually how I run. Like I said, I'm not a fan of a full Jedi team or having more than one Jedi, because it just gives Dooku kind of a target, and he's a fast character, and he'll pretty much stun any Jedi that he uses his lightning attack on. But for me, it works. It might not work for everybody. I always say, whatever PvP team you put together, you really just want to pay attention to what the other people on your server are playing.
Yeah.
My server doesn't seem to have many Dookus, but my top 7 squad is my max stars Lumi at 6 stars, but You have Lumi, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, Vader, JC, Eth Koth, Yoda, and Amagundi, who I got from Bronzium.
So that's a good pull in. So I'll tell you, I'm a Gundy was the last tune that I was able to get the 7-star outside of the Magma Troopa and Chirpa.
His lead's amazing.
Well, I've already kind of done some, theory crafting a little bit myself. I think that, I'm a Gundy can be a solid lead here in the future. I was actually thinking running I'm a Gundy, 2 other Jedis, like a Qui-Gon Jinn, perhaps, maybe an old Ben, maybe an Ayla or something like that, and then maybe like a Royal Guard and a Dooku, kind of having some stun abilities and some counters as well. I'm a Gundy with it. If they make defense more important, as they said they were really working towards, I'm a Gundy's got that defense up, and it can definitely it'll help out your whole entire squad. So I can see him being pretty viable.
Yeah. I mean, I can't get Ayla because,
Right. Yeah, I understand. Ayla's one of those, it's hard to come by unless you're a paying player. But, somebody like a Lumi could perhaps work. She hits really hard. When she gets to level 80, she's only going to hit harder. Not a bad choice there as well. Giving her that percentage chance to counterattack could be pretty good.
I got a dumb question. When you pulled Amagundi out of the Bronzium pack, was he still a 4-star character? Because I thought you'd only went up to 2 and 1 stars out of Bronzium.
No, he was a 4-star.
Yeah, you can pull a full out of Bronzium.
Oh, really? I thought it was just the 1 and 2 star characters. Like, the only character I've ever got out of Bronzium, and I've had a lot of coins.
No,
I've got
my friend
just
got
Snow Trooper.
My friend got a Windu.
I got Amagundi out of a Bronzium. I got Dacha out of a Bronzium.
I've seen Bears get pulled.
Because you can gear him up pretty high. I've seen a lot of Dacha in the top 5 here and there.
I got Ururu. I got out of the Bronzium.
Same. Yeah, I got him also.
My friend got Ray out of the Bronzium pack.
What, really?
Yeah.
You can't get Ray out of a Bronzium pack.
It's before they changed the patch. It's before you can get it, but now you can't.
I got Plo Koon from Bronzium, and I also got, I didn't get, but I've seen people get Barris.
Yeah, I mean, I still get, in my Bronzium pulls, I'll still occasionally get a full pull, and I'll just obviously convert it over to shards. But yeah, it's definitely possible to get a full pull on a Bronzium.
And hit the
let's say
shard
like
shop.
a full like good card, like other than a full like Snow Trooper or Night Sister.
Okay.
But
Royal Guard was actually a very common drop on the Bronzium packs.
Yeah, that's where I got a few shards of him too, which was
I
good.
got him to 4-star from Bronzium.
I only have him 3 stars right now, and I want to know when he starts becoming viable. Is it 4 stars, 5 stars? What gear?
5, I would say.
Yoda, I want to ask you, have you 7-star Chirpa yet?
It's funny. So I'm 2 shards away. So tomorrow I will have him 7-star. So I will have a completely full 7-star roster of every single character available, and I've got Vader up to 31 of 85 shards now.
We even have Tusken Shaman.
Yeah, I had Tusken Shaman fully maxed about 20 minutes after he was dropped.
Was he easy to get out of Erodium?
Well, yeah, so I guess I had some real good RNG on my side. I think I pulled, I think it was 47 Erodium and got it.
Can you guys still hear me?
Fives is going to be a wrecking crew. He's going to be tough to deal with when we hit 80.
What is that? I mean, do you notice that they attack a lot more when you have all first order, like around Phasma? I mean, do they definitely?
Yeah. So I just geared. I just leveled up Phasma's level 72 ability, which was giving that additional 2% to first order and attacking. So they get a 40% assist attack. I ran it just earlier today in the Galactic War just as a test, and yeah, they're definitely assisting a lot.
That's awesome.
I have a couple things quickly. Should I go for Kylo or Geo?
For me, Geo hands down. He's still the best single-handed DPS tunes out there. Even though he's, I knew the nerf was going to come for his swarm every turn. but a 15% increase to that attack. I mean, you're talking. He's going to be able to do 12 to 13k crits on that swarm attack. I'm busting out 10k crits all day long with it.
Jeez. And another quick thing, I just got, like, when I started this game, I got so screwed over. Some kids told me, who I know that play this game, told me to put everything into Chewy and just, like, keep farming him.
Yeah.
He sucks.
Well, he's way too tough to gear. Yeah, way too tough to gear. He's not worth it. I mean, he's if you've got him, you know, you can use him, but he's one of those characters you just need to pull off in Galactic War or something when you're running out of tunes.
I mean, I didn't have him.
Chewie will get you through the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, as far as that goes, you know, he'll help you. But
right.
It's the fact that he's probably, I mean, with Royal Guard and Poe and Stormtrooper High, he's probably the fourth best, I guess, the fourth best tank out of all those guys, right? Or fourth best tank that does a taunt. And
yeah, I'd agree with that.
So, I mean, for him to be that low on the totem pole with the amount of gear that he needs, it's out of whack.
Oh yeah, it's way out of whack. I mean, he is one of the hardest tunes to gear. I mean, I can't remember. I think I looked on SWGOH.gg and
it was 480 before.
Yeah, well, that's just from getting from 1
to 70.
You're right. Yep.
1 to 70, and then now it's like what? Like at least
I don't even remember.
1200.
I think fully maxed at like 90. His stats are like 1100 purple or something. It's crazy.
Jeez.
Right. Yeah, it's just not worth the investment. You know, unless they give him an insta kill buff, that's the only way I'm going to invest more in Chewie.
I think he gets a second round. I think he gets a second round of taunt in when he gets to 80 though, right?
I don't know. Like I just don't pay too much attention to him. But yeah, he probably gets 2 rounds. But so what?
I'm never gonna use him, I would say.
Like I say, if you're looking for a taunt, you know, Royal Guard right now standing the best. His health is going to be huge, especially with a leader ability that will give him additional HP. Someone like a Rex or someone, you know, that's why I want to run Rex, because I just want to increase Royal Guard's health and give him tenacity up. But if you've got a Poe's great. Stormtrooper Han, him and Poe are kind of on the same level. You know, they're also really good to use. I see more value in Stormtrooper Han in the long run, but Poe can still, you know, definitely hold his own when you need him to.
Yeah,
For
right now, I'm gonna be working on Royal Guard. Like I have mats ready to go for him for his gear, his next step up gear. So he's gonna be the guy I'm definitely gonna gear, because he's nasty. He can manipulate the game change on PvP, and even doing those battles for getting your 3 stars and stuff like that. When he stuns, it's beautiful. When he starts stunning people, it's beautiful with his little stick.
When I become level 74 here in the next few days, my Qui-Gon Jinn will go up another gear level. My Royal Guard will go up another gear level. My Dooku is already up to another gear level. My Rey will be up another gear level. And then my trying to think who else I have in there. Dooku, Royal Guard, Rey, Qui-Gon Jinn, or even Genozen Soldier. Genozen, he's not going to go anywhere until level 79, but I think I will have, because I'll be the first to reach 74 on my server, and I think I'll be close to 30,000 overall power with that crew.
What do you think? What do you think about the viability of the Rebel team going forward?
You know, I don't know. I like Hoth Rebel Scout. Or wait, is it Hoth Rebel Soldier? Hoth Rebel Scout. Hoth Rebel Scout, right? Am I talking about the right one? additional turn meter.
Off Rebel Scout is the one that gets 100% turn meter if he crits.
Yeah, right. Okay, I get confused sometimes, but Akbar, unfortunately, he gives a tremendous amount of speed up. I like Rebels. I do. I wish they worked better. But the issue I've always taken is Leia is RNG. She's strictly an RNG-based character. If she doesn't trigger her, additional attack or her third attack, she doesn't do anything. She wastes a whole turn one, putting herself in stealth. Now her level 80 ability will or her next ability will allow her to get that -1 cooldown on her stealth, so she can stay in stealth mode, which is cool. But she's got to waste another turn staying in stealth. The Hoth Rebel Scout, really good character. I think he's one of the tunes that you can put just about in any squad. Like I said, Akbar, he's horrible. Outside of giving additional speed and turn meter. Again, Stormtrooper Han, excellent, but I just don't know if it'll be able to hold up against this. These tunes that are getting these fantastic abilities. I don't know. I mean, I'll have to play test it myself some more, but until we know, until we know everything that Dev's got for us, there's just no telling. There's really just no telling.
I want to hear your option on Resistant Trooper. I think he's going to be really good. He's the one can get up to gear 11.
Well,
and he does a lot of damage.
Yeah, he will have. Now, that's a character I haven't really focused on too much. But from the stat side, it does look like he'll have a significant boost to his attack. But, you're still limiting yourself to a character that everybody knows you're going to have to eliminate real quick if he does a lot of damage. So that's his only usefulness is going to be damage, I think. But I don't know. I can't really speak too much on it. I haven't really play tested with him too much.
Because I was thinking getting him and having Resistant Pilot, Ray, have Royal Guard, and another character to throw in there. I haven't decided which one because I haven't tested it out yet.
So, my thing is just right now for I mean, I don't think anybody should be out looking for characters that there are unknowns about. I mean, you really right now you just got to stick with what you know, stick with the squads that you think run best for you. Because if you dip too far outside of what you know, you could be burned in the long run because we don't know what these changes are going to be, how they're going to influence the meta, and if you start kind of creeping off investing in tunes that aren't going to be necessarily viable in the long run of things, then you're going to be wasting some precious resources. Because I'll tell you, this is going to be a serious grind. We all know it. You just got to keep saving and then gearing. I mean, I've questioned myself. Should I gear these people? I don't know. Should I just save? But I'm right now. I'm just maxing out my arena squad right now and saving on to everything else I can.
Do we have any questions in chat?
Here, I can check. While I'm checking, do you think I should get Ventress? Because she can dispel Luminara's heal over time.
Right. Well, so Ventress is an okay tune, and I think I kind of touched base on this last night during the live stream. Is her only downside is the way the AI plays her. The AI is horrible at using her. It's like the computer gets confused whenever you throw a Saj in there. I think she's a good tune. I like her. Her AoE can do some significant damage. She's got a stun ability. She can heal, but she's been broken and they haven't fixed her yet. So I don't know. I just wouldn't sink too much into her right now until she gets a clean fix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a question from John Wilkinson for Yo-Yo Yoda. Can you guys give Gene Bear some help with his squad? His squad is, he says he's running Coruscant, Underworld Police, SWGOH, Kylo, Fives. He used to use JC and DACA, but he can replace them. He has Maul, Rey, Phasma, Dooku, and Vader to replace them with.
Well, Corsican Underworld Police, he's way too OP right now. So, I mean, Tup is only good for a potential stun. He's not good at anything outside of that. If you have a Rey, focus on Rey. She is a hard-hitting.
Yeah.
She carries a Louisville Slugger wherever she goes, and even if you have her at 4 or 5 star somewhere around there, keep grinding at her, man. She is only going to get better. She's going to be in the 160s in speed. She's going to have the modifiers to her attack are just crazy. I think it goes like 2.8, 4.3, 3.7 on the modifiers to her attack. So that's why she's going to be able to hit for 10,000 every time she even touches somebody. So I would definitely replace Cup with Rey if you got her.
It looks like pretty much your entire B team is better than your A team here. So I'm saying is like I would say replace all of them with Phasma, Dooku, Vader, and Maul and Rey. Let's just do that.
Yeah.
Well, I would so I like Kylo better in that position than I do Maul right now. I would just Kylo is good for one thing, his tankiness, his retribution, his AoE. And then if he does get under 50%, you can splash him with that big hit again. If you've got a Phasma lead, put a Rey, put a Kylo in there. Vader is okay. Depending on where you got him start at, he's a huge tank no matter what level of stars you got him at. But yeah, I think Reeland, you hit that nail right on the head there. His B squad seems a little bit more durable over the long run.
I use Vader. Sorry about the fire truck. I use Vader on my team, but I'm not sure. I think I should replace him. Oh, there's a question from Tristan Savage, and they said, after Qui-Gon, who should you farm in Cantina shipments?
I guess it kind of depends. Does he have a taunt? If he doesn't have a taunt, I think Poe's available there.
Poe.
Yeah, Poe's a pretty viable taunt if you don't have another one.
Maybe DACA.
That question.
I like DACA.
That question has to come with what his team is right now.
Right.
It's tough to say, like, okay, pick this guy, pick that guy, because if he has, if he has Stormtrooper Han already, he doesn't need Poe. He can go for somebody else. So I'd say, if you're looking at just characters that you can use in any form, the HRS, Ahsoka's pretty good right now. Again, like you said, Poe.
DACA that you pointed out here, DACA is definitely a viable tune.
Exactly.
Fives, I like.
Well, I'm not going to get off the Fives train until I'm proven wrong. I've been trying to speak to everybody about him. His health just keeps getting higher and higher. His basic attack will just be crazy. He's going to get more damage on assist. The guy is just looking gold to me right now, especially with all these, these counter teams or even Dooku leads, because if Dooku attacks 5, Dooku dies. That's just what I've seen right now, and I think that's going to be my answer if people continue with these Dooku leads.
Does Fives have a leader ability? Off the top of my head,
yes, Fives does have a leader. Right, he gives defense up to clones and half value to non-clones.
What about Rex?
Rex's? So the only drawback to Rex is this: he has a very low amount of HP, but his toolkit is pretty good. He can cleanse his team of any kind of debuffs. He gives them tenacity up, and then if he does remove turn meter, he gives the entire squad turn meter. His one special ability right now it does 20% of the whoever he attacks. He does 20% of their max health and damage, and then his basic will have a 100% chance to reduce 25% turn meter. He's a solid tune, solid leader. Like I say, he's going to be able to give a 10% health buff up to non-clones and 20% health buff up to clones. So I like him. I've invested in him, and I'm going to try to run him in a couple of spots here soon.
A question I think would be good to ask Yoda is, now we always talk about like what you should spend money on, what you shouldn't spend money on, and most of the time we talk about how you shouldn't spend money. But for the people, there are people that are just, they're going to spend money on this game. So what I'm saying is, for the people out there that are buying Chromium packs, for the people out there that are spending the money on refreshes, sometimes when you first start doing that, you start making some mistakes. You make mistakes buying the wrong things or spending money on the wrong things. So what I think a good question for Yoda would be is, being a pay-to-pay player, what advice would you give somebody that, as far as like what things, what traps should they, stay away from, or what moves should they make at the beginning that you wish you did when you first started?
Well, so I can tell you my best investments that I've made. The character packs, some of the lower costing ones. If you can get the droids, I can't remember now. Is Dooku still offered initially? Do they still let you get that as a beginning player?
No, they had Greedo.
Yeah.
But I remember right after that they changed it. They changed the pack.
Right. So I mean, the best investments that I made, some of those lower costing character packs that give you a full character plus credits plus some crystals. For me, those were pretty good. But so the thing about chromiums is that they lose value over time, because once you get certain characters to 7-star, if you pull them again in a chromium, it's completely worthless, because the shard shop is not offering anything realistically that will help you out in the long run. So chromiums, they have an allure, but again, you're taking a gamble every time you purchase one. And then, for me, I can't purchase chromium ever again, because it means squat for me, just going directly to the shard shop. My best advice is just do Cantina and regular mission refreshes if you're going to use crystals, because what you're able to do is, in Cantina, you can get some of those Cantina coins and invest in other characters. You're going to make your overall squad better, so that if you get a better arena ranking, you're going to get those arena tokens. And then finally, leveling your characters and picking those ones from the Cantina and squad. You can go into Galactic War and then just invest more there. So realistically, you only need to do refreshes for both Cantina and regular missions right now. I mean, because the Erodium packs are cool. At 750 crystals, you have the opportunity to get a full tune, but it's a possibility. You're taking another gamble there. I did it obviously because I have a lot of crystals, but I mean for beginning players, just hang on to as many crystals as you can, and tie your hands, sit on your hands if you have to, if you're thinking about buying a chromium. Just because it's just such a big gamble, and you rarely come away thinking, man, that was a great purchase. I've only seen it a few times, but you can get just as much value out of investing in Cantina tunes, the Galactic War tunes, and squad arenas. I mean, it's just, I've talked about this a lot. When Rex first came out as a character, I wanted to see what it would take for a normal guy, whoever it was, to pull a full 7-star from Chromium. I spent 350,000 crystals, and I only got a Rex. I only got a Rex to 86 of 100. So If you put that into mathematical terms, there, that is like $2,000 in U.S. dollars just to try to pull a Rex. So don't waste your time on Chromium. I mean, it's a gamble. It's complete RNG. And with the refreshes, you're going to get experience. You're going to get, you can pick. Yeah, you can get shards from Cantina on all nodes. You can pick hard nodes that you're really wanting to invest. I mean, I'm telling you, just you can get all the other real important tunes from places outside of Chromium.
That's really the big thing here. Is like, if you're gonna go Chromium, you have to go all in. And
I mean,
as far as that goes, you very rarely have I pulled a Chromium pack and thought to myself like, wow, that was great. It's usually a whole bunch of mediocre and a couple of what you're looking for. And most of the time, when you're really going in there fishing for somebody, you're not going to get that person. So it's definitely an investment that you need to think about before you push that button. And when you have the only times I've ever been happy is when you get those, like, let's say you get like 3 Leias in a row and you're trying to get Leia to 7 stars. I mean, but the possibility of that happening when you want it is just very slim.
And think about this.
Bought.
Just think about this for a second, though. What Chromium exclusive or Erodium exclusive characters are making a splash right now? Not a single one. I mean, there's not one out there that you got to have him, no matter what, in an arena squad.
Small Chromium exclusive. Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he's not bad.
Right. He's not bad, but he's not like, that's the one I gotta have. Everyone's not screaming, hey, I gotta have a Darth Maul.
I mean, I randomly just bought 1 pack and I got a Darth Maul a few months ago.
Darth Maul at 4 stars when you're a level 35 or a level 40 player.
He used to be boss.
It's pretty cool. Okay, I mean, listen, having somebody like that to play with a little bit, to help you get through some of the earlier rounds. If you buy 1 or 2 data packs, if you're willing to make an investment, let's say in 350 crystals on a pack to buy, and you get lucky, you drop a 4-star Maul. Then, like I said, I mean, it depends on how you spend your crystals. If over time, you feel like, maybe you want to invest $20 into the game and that's all you're going to invest, and you stick to it, and you drop a couple of packs, you get a couple of good characters, and you work with them, you try to level them up, then it can work out for you. But again, in long term, Maul is not going to be a viable character for you unless he's 7 stars, and at that point, you're going to be talking about a serious investment.
And also, I just want to point out, too, everybody, is that with the environment that they've made as far as gearing tunes go, you're going to want to invest in those Cantina missions and those regular refreshes for energy, more specifically for the regular missions, because gearing is the hardest aspect of this game right now. So I would say save your money and just keep doing those energy refreshes, because you're going to need that gear in the long run. To get the most potential out of those characters.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a little story. A couple of you who might have been watching Scum for a couple of weeks might know this, but I used to be really addicted to Chromium packs, and I just went ahead and spent $300 on Chromium. I'm 13 years old, so that's a lot of money for me. And the bank declined all my payments. I got all the money back and stuff, but I opened all the packs and I got Royal Guard, Talia, crap ton of Night Sisters. The only okay thing I ended up with is HK, Plo Koon, and Fisto. That's it.
Right. So even you can say that Chromium are not a good investment.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
now I get the
spent
good
a lot
teams.
of money on Chromium
Allies.
When I first started. I spent about $1,200, got a lot of good characters, and then now I'm investing my money just on crystals because, one, I can get any tune I want to get from in the game if I do the refreshes. So that's really important to me. And gearing your characters and trying to get those quests done in your
So we got any other questions there?
Question? We got a question right here from Gene Bear. For arena tunes, who should I go for? Should I keep going for Savage?
I mean, I don't know. It depends on who he's got now. Savage is, he's got the potential to be a good character. He gets the offense up, defense up, buffer whenever he gets hit. He can absolutely nuke any character under 25. It's instant kill. That's as close as we're getting to instant kill right now, is with Savage. He's pretty tanky, but he's going to need some help in the long run. I think some more Sith buffs. Hopefully, if they do the introduction of the Palpatine, he'll get a lot better. But that's an unknown right now. He's okay. I mean, he's not bad. I mean, he'll get you through some tough grinds and like Galactic War and stuff. But arena team, you're not going to see him in the high ranks arena teams anytime soon.
At Yoda. Oh, he posted a screenshot. I can't see it though, so he's trying to see if he can get some advice on his team. But keep talking. I apologize.
Yeah, I was. I don't know what everybody else's feelings are about him, but like I said, he's just. If you're looking for a PvP squad, I wouldn't look for him to be part of your main squad there. But if you're looking for like another character to have in Galactic War, he's definitely good in Galactic War because he's really really tanky.
I got a question about you can go.
Well, go ahead. I was going to say there's a question from Serglano. Is Sid worth farming these days?
Sure he is. Yeah, I say he is. He's still got some value. He can be an annoyance with his health immunity debuff. He's got a decent AoE attack. He can dodge any Jedi attack that comes at him. He's definitely still viable.
I was gonna ask about the Dacha. I don't know if I said this already, but since he is the easiest character to farm, is he worth farming? Because you can also get him to Gear 9. Well, now it doesn't matter because the update, but I mean not Gear 9, or was it? I don't know. You can gear him up higher. Yeah.
You're talking about Dacha, the Jawa?
Yeah, because you can farm him in Cantina battles and in Galactic War. Is he worth the quick getting him high? Because I really have no one left to farm in Galactic Wars.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you have no other option, sure, go for it. But so the funny thing is, I had one of the guys in my guild. He was posting some screenshots about a guy who took the two Jawas in an arena squad with Qui-Gon Jinn, I believe, as a lead, and so he's been holding his own there. The Jawa's got some decent damage. They can do some decent damage, but again, you've got to make a long-term investment in those characters. And I don't know if that's something you want to do, because if you have the option of gearing a Qui-Gon as opposed to a Dacha, obviously you're going to want to put your money in a Qui-Gon or a Royal Guard or somebody else who's really going to matter right now. But again, I mean, if you're willing to make that commitment to a tune, he can be okay. Again, he's kind of one. He's not like the worst character ever. He's not the best. He's kind of in that middle ground where he's got that potential. So I don't know. I mean, it's kind of tough answering some of these questions because there's, in my mind, I'm always hesitant to want to lead people in the wrong direction because I don't know what this protection or fortitude buffer is going to do for us. I don't know what these changes to advantage are going to do. I don't know if they're going to have other modifiers to the game that might change things. But again, because Dacha falls in that kind of middle ground, I guess it would be okay if you had the extra resources to devote to him. But I just wouldn't invest. I wouldn't go all in on him right now.
Yeah.
There's a question here.
You asked that.
I see someone mentioning in the forums that if someone uses your tune as an ally, you get 10 ally points. I have not noticed or kept track of my ally points, so I'm not sure. Any idea?
No, you do. Because when I had when Grievous first became available, I had him quickly 7-star. When Tusken Shaman, when a few others came up, like Rex, I noticed that my ally points shot up through the roof. So I would say you probably you definitely are going to see some ally increase there.
Oh no, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, for my arena team, I don't know. I kind of want to take Sid out, but right now I got Count Dooku lead, Sid, Lumi, GS, and Ray. Lumi and Sid are 7 stars, Dooku 6 stars, GS 5 stars, and Ray 5 stars. But I got Kylo Ren 6 stars on the bench and Savage 6 stars on the bench. Is there anyone? Should I fill them in for someone?
I don't know. I mean, you're running a pretty speedy team. You can wreck face right off rip. I'm not sure. That's I mean that seems like a pretty good squad. I mean, if I was, I'm not gonna lie, that just Dooku, fast, Sid fast, Ray fast, Geo Soldier, it's hard. Lumi can heal. I mean, the only thing I would say for you is if you can work on a taunt, that would probably help you out a little bit there. I have, me personally, and again, this is just my opinion, I haven't ran a healer in any one of my PvP squads in months. Whenever I see somebody with a Lumi in their squad in PvP, I'm going for them because I know that it's going to be easy for me to take down. I would just say if you have the time or the means to invest in a taunt like a Poe or a Royal Guard, if you can start farming him, he's tough. But I think that's what you're going to have in the upcoming meta. You're going to have somebody that's going to take the damage away from some of your DPS tunes.
Yeah, I mean, I got to rank 1, but like my power is just not high enough. That's why I'm getting drilled back to 20 like every day. So I gotta use my refreshes.
Well, right, and that kind of even more to the point is, you got guys coming in that are like, well, he doesn't have a taunt, and I can just pick whoever I want to attack. Get rid of the biggest threat in your squad.
Like right now, I got Poe at 4 stars and Royal Guard at 3 stars. And I mean, I just started doing more Royal Guard, but like I still just the 2 hard battles aren't doing enough for me.
I know it. Yeah, but hey, keep working at Royal Guard. Royal Guard, no matter what kind of star level he's at, if you can gear him up, his taunting ability. If you get his abilities and his gear up, his taunt ability is it's a lifesaver. If somebody goes to pick one of your tunes to try to eliminate, he steps in and says, "Not today."
So if I have him at like 4 stars, I mean, I already got him at gear 7, level 63.
Hey.
Is that almost viable? Sitting at a rank 1?
Well, so do you have his abilities kind of maxed out too?
Yeah, they're all at like 6 right now, but I mean,
well, the beauty of Royal Guard as well is you with him have the opportunity to take a threat against you away. So his stun ability is just amazing. 80% stun chance. It actually, I think it's a bug, but it goes through a foresight on Ray. So you can stab her and she'll be stunned even with foresight. I mean, I can't speak enough about Royal Guard. Guy he was a quick replacement for Poe, and he keeps me viable in my PvP. I mean, I feel like he is the only reason why I'm able to stay on top of the ranks is because, and starting, I don't know, in the next couple of days, I'll have him to a whole nother level gear, and he'll have even more health, and it'll be even more trouble for the people to get past him.
It's just tough to farm with all the energy. Like I do my refreshes and stuff. I wouldn't say I'm completely free to play. I probably put. I mean, I don't know when that goes from free to play to pay to play, but I mean, I put about $100 in the game, so I basically pay to play. But because I've been working on Ray, so I don't always have enough energy to do all the Royal Guards while I'm trying to gear everyone up. So it's just a tough process.
Yeah, and so if you can get Royal Guard, I would say that's kind of the missing link to your entire squad. But if you have the opportunity to get Ray, I think she's equally as good because Ray is Mike Tyson. She will knock somebody out so quick. I run her in every possible squad that I can because I can't tell you how many times that she got a foresight up for a couple of turns. They haven't been able to hit her, and then I'll use that triple hit ability again right at the end when I need it, and it just, I do some serious damage. 12 to 13K crits, just bang, 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 you're gone.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's what carried me. This and her and watching these streams. I was 100 in the hundreds a week ago, and now I'm rank 1.
That's awesome, man. That's phenomenal. I mean, you just. I know it's tough, when you've got limited resources and try to, devoting and fleshing out more characters. But like I said, if you have the opportunity to invest just a little bit in Royal Guard, I really think that's that one little chink in your armor, missing a taunt. Because, like I said, without a taunt in there, people are just able to, put their finger down on any character and target them.
Yeah, Royal Guard is a big step for me. After I switched out one of my characters, can't remember which character, but when I put Royal Guard, I'm just going after any team, and I was taking out any team. So Royal Guard is maybe one of the best investment I've ever done in the game so far.
All right, I'll definitely harp on the bandwagon for him.
Well, if I had the ability to show you a screenshot of my top 50 in my arena, every single one of them runs Royal Guard.
Yeah, all I'm seeing right now is a Dooku, Sid, Rey, and 2 other random tunes. But I'm seeing a lot of Dooku, Rey, and Sid together.
Well, hey guys, I got time for just a couple of more quick questions, but I've got to peel out here.
I got a question from one of the viewers. One of the question from JP. He wants to know, have you ever tried any of the Rebels team with Akbar, with Leia, Han, Biggs, and GS?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think we talked about it before. I like Leia, but she's kind of RNG based. If you don't have RNGesus on your side, she's kind of a waste of space. But if you have RNG on your side, man, she will mow down the opponents for sure. Akbar is a leader. His only upside is he can give some speed and a little bit of turn meter. Other than that, he's a waste of space. Biggs is actually a decent tune once you get him, geared up, because his assist attack can do some pretty decent damage. And then Stormtrooper Han, again, I've already told everybody that he's great value right now. He's only going to get better. And I see it in the upcoming meta. If you have the ability to give your squad turn meter, that's going to be really, really big. But just a Rebel team synergistically, it looks cool on paper, and you would cross your fingers and hope it does well, but it just kind of underperforms.
Yeah, especially when, like I said, you were talking about, teams becoming more tankier and, speed not really being the most important thing anymore. Really the benefit of that team is, the speed that they get with Akbar lead, and they're not. If that's the case, I mean, like you said, Leia, doesn't always pop off that third shot, and Han Solo's not. He's kind of squishy, to be honest with you. They may not be, the most viable team going forward.
So one more question for me, and then I gotta cut out for the night, guys. What else you guys got?
I'm looking.
So I just want to ask everybody else: did you guys feel kind of a collective sigh of relief, at least a little bit, when they announced the guilds and this new raid function? I know the forums were just livid for the last And then when Jesse finally confirmed that it's actually guilds and actually a new feature to the game, the raids, I feel like the tensions were reduced a whole lot. I don't know how you guys see it or what you guys
I was a little upset at first, not about the guilds, but because before the guilds there was
that
the
little trailer.
Video,
Yeah,
that little trailer.
It didn't show it.
I thought that's all they were going to release today, and I was a little upset about that. But then when he said that they were going to be adding all that other content, and he kind of gave a little bit more of an explanation as to what was going to be going on, I felt a lot better about it. Like I said, I think that it's going to be fantastic. I mean, it'll add a lot of new content to the game, and ultimately that's really what we're looking for is just some new content.
Yeah, and if you've been listening, I think I was kind of, when I first started joining these live streams and everything, I really told everybody to, give the devs a break, give them the benefit of the doubt right now. I think they put this level 80 cap in place just to give themselves that time. Because players like me, we went from 60 to 70 overnight, and they were just like, well, we didn't expect that. So I think that's why they've made, getting to 80 a much more difficult task. I think that's why they made gear grinding a much more difficult task. They need to slow the game down because, again, there's players like me, there's players like in my guild. I'm sure we all know somebody that, invests a lot of time and resources into the game that, we're always begging for more content. I mean, and to slow the game down, to just say, hey, guys, give us that little bit of time we need. I think it's exactly what they were shooting for. Now, I think tensions have definitely been decreased. So, all right, so guys, one more question. What do we got out there? Anything going on?
Do you guys have any more questions before Yoda go?
Pretty quiet in the chat. What's up?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get going after this too, guys. I got a couple of things I got to take care of.
But yeah, hey. So no more questions for tonight. Then I'll just kind of cut it off here, guys. I just thanks for having me on. Thanks for keeping this live stream up and running in the absence of our most dearest Lord Skunk. Yeah, great job moderating everything, guys. I hope we're able to give out some good information tonight. As always, I always tell everybody, keep grinding.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. We appreciate having you on, man.
Yeah, not a
All right,
problem.
take care of you.
All right, hey guys, have a great night, man.
Wait, before you go,
Yeah.
do your Yoda impression.
All right, hold on.
Yoda.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
All right,
That's
guys,
pretty
take
good.
it easy, man.
See you later. Thanks.
Later.
Later.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna get going too. But thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it as always, and definitely look forward to the next live stream, and I'll be over in the the Discord after about an hour or two. So I mean, if you guys are over there, I'll see you then.
All right, man.
All right, take care, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah,
too.
thanks for coming on, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
See ya.
All right, guys, I am going to hop back in here. Real quick. For some reason, what's going on is that the Skype app, when I plug in my headset to talk and everything, it's sending the audio through my headphones first and then sending it back in, and that's why whenever I'm plugged in, they can't hear it. And for some reason, Skype is not showing up as a source that I can add to OBS. We tested this several times before we went live, but it's still screwing up. So I'm thinking right now, since really all that I'm doing is kind of facilitating this and everything like that, is we may have to cut it. I mean, we've been going for a while now. Over 2 hours and everything. We've had a lot of great content. We got to talk about the update. We got to talk about the guilds, what we want. We got to talk to Yo-Yo Yoda himself. We also had some great guests on here that contributed to everything. Thanks to Justin for hopping on, Walkin, Darktron, Chalka was in here for a while, Remon, everyone's favorite Remon, was in here for a while, and unfortunately, just had a little audio mishap for my first stream and stuff. I hope everybody out there in Skunk Nation can bear with me and everything. And if I have to do this again, I can promise you I'll have everything up and running 100% the next time. Yeah, it was. Yeah, once. Yeah, now, well, we got happy about it once EA Jesse came out and clarified the statements and everything, because I think he quickly felt some backlash on just saying, hey, there's an update coming out soon, but here's a 17-second video that isn't going to tell you anything. And if anybody wants to check it out, you can go to my YouTube channel. I was actually live streaming with a few of the guys doing some tests, and that's when Yo-Yo Yoda popped in and said, hey, have you seen the trailer? And I said, no. So I checked it out, and you can see me responding live. Basically, my knee-jerk reaction to what was said in the video and everything. And I understand that you guys out there in the chat watching the live stream aren't going to be able to hear our guests on Skype that well anymore since I'm back. Like I said, I think we're going to wrap it up for tonight. A lot of good conversations, a lot of things covered. We know what's coming. We're all very excited for it. Yo-Yo Yoda's very excited for it. I'm excited for it. Darktron's excited for it. Ewok is excited for it. So, yeah, and guys, be sure to subscribe. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers on here. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. We post and live stream almost daily, except for Wednesdays and Saturdays. You can find all the information for the Discord app, Twitter, Fear the Boot Guild right now on lordskunk.com. I do highly recommend checking out the Discord app. I know I'm very active on that. I try to pop in as much as I possibly can. And so are people like Darktron. John, who's talking a lot in chat right now, is always on there. Ewokin is always on there. The Discord app is a great, great place to get in there. You can post your teams on there. Post your rosters. Put it on there and say, hey, this is what I'm working with. What's the best team? And we can help you out so much better. There's also the voice chat component on there where we can all get in and, we can have a huge list of guys in there, guys and gals that will talk about the game. Anyone's free to ask questions at any time. And we are more than happy to help. Like I've been saying all along, there are no wrong questions. Ask whatever. I don't care if is Sid a good character? Who should I be farming? It doesn't matter whether you've been playing for 1 hour, 1 month, since launch. We are always willing to help. Yep, and I just got the one finger from my wife. She's been playing for a day now. I've been helping her out a little bit like that. Sorry that the audio was screwing up. I couldn't get her to join in at all. I see Dwighty and John helping everyone out with the lordskunk.com and the Discord app and everything on there. That's going to help out everyone tremendously. If you have some questions, if you're stuck on something, Galactic War, like I said, the great thing about the Discord app is that you can take a screenshot of what you're going up against. So if you're on Galactic War, you can take a screenshot of the team that you're facing, post it up there, take a screenshot of your roster, post it up there, and we are more than willing to help you go on there. And yes, the Discord app is in the iOS store and the Google Play store. It is also a downloadable program for your computer as well. You guys want to say anything before we go? That if they can hear you. And for those of you that may have had a hard time hearing him as he was saying, what he was saying is that in a couple of weeks, once the update rolls out and everything, what he's going to start doing is we're going to start holding a contest where you can win Android Google Play gift cards and iOS iTunes gift cards. So, I mean, that's huge. Everyone can thank Darktron when if you see him floating around Discord and everything for doing this, putting up his own money in there. Yeah, that's real exciting. Trying to get my Ray shards. I'm getting my Phasma shards. You know, right to the shard shop with those. Okay, Sniper Pro 62. Whoever's available to ban him can go ahead and do that. All right, yeah, maybe maybe this is a good point to cut off the stream and everything. All right, guys, I'm going to be floating around in the Discord app for a little while longer. I'm going to be doing some voice chat and everything. So if you guys want to join me over in Discord, feel free. And we will be streaming tomorrow, guys. So have a good one. Take it easy.